All right, now, like I say, the only thing I'm saying, man, I ain't fucking with the, tobacco industry or nothing like that. But I know the relos, man. When you start fucking with the relos, the quality of the relos and the line and shit like that, there on the roll up and shit, you trying to force somebody to either stop smoking or you got something else up your sleeve. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying. God being God, you know what I'm saying? I hope it's just like it's always been, like my daddy, like my group, you know what I'm saying? Little bit at a time, little bit at a time, little bit at a time. You can't take evil and wickedness out of the world in one day. I can't do it because the animals and the roaches and all the creeping things, bed bugs and all that shit will take over the world, eating y'all up. There won't be no air. Man, there ain't no fucking name for air. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no fucking word for air. You know what I'm saying? And ain't no damn word for love. You know what I'm saying? Them the two words. Ain't no word for hate. You know what I'm saying? You can't see hate. You know what I'm saying? You can't see hate. You can't see, taste. You know what I'm saying? You can't see air. You know what I'm saying? You can't see breath. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And you damn sure can't see love. You know what I'm saying? But you can see love from the actions that humans, beings, human being, you know what I'm saying? That's the actions of you. You human being. I'm gonna change my name to God I am. God of Guardian. Guardian, God I am. You know what I'm saying? And Guardian, that's God He in. Guardian. Guardian, and that's a guardian. You know what I'm saying? Because the Garden of Eden is a guard. Garden of Eden is a guardian. You know what I'm saying? Guardian, guard him. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, ain't no word for that. Because, man, like a speck of dust, man. You know what I'm saying? A speck of dust can't be seen, man. The sands of the sea, man, the sand of the sea, man, you can see that. A grain of the sea, you can see that. The sands of the sea, you can see, but shit, they so small, man. They scattered like sugar. One man can't make sugar, but one man can make sugar. You know what I'm saying? He can work at a sugar factory making sugar. But then, you know what I'm saying? You know how many particles in sugar that one man become when he have to get the pH, the PX7 of it, you know what I'm saying, and purge all the things that need to be purged to keep, disease, sickness, and dirt and contamination out the sugar, at the factory before it go in a bag. One man can do that with, help, of course. But then, man, if ain't nobody working, man, what we gonna do? You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be set out here as no sitting duck, man calling himself God, knowing that you can see me now. You know what I'm saying? I ain't seen my grandkids yet.
A pressure cooker. You don't know what you're going to encounter. And looking back over the past few days, months, and years, there's a good possibility that whatever you encounter probably won't be good. As some of y'all tell me, all I talk about is bad news. So,
Man, that God forgive me now, but Big Ward, you read my mind right then. But when you said that, I said exactly what you said after that. You know what I'm saying? When you said bad news, you know what I'm saying? I said to myself, here we go again, bad news. You know what I'm saying? Because if you ain't looking forward to what's coming up for you, then that's telling God that to look out, because he might not be happy with what he looking forward to. But man, we all being that God, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you want to tell people like that out your mouth, but the same God pulled you out the water, told me to go down and crawl in the sand, in the ocean when I was drowning. Shit, man, I'm sick and tired of this lying and bullshit, man. I don't like going against no church that I said God forgive me to. You know what I'm saying?
So my response to each and every one of y'all every time is gonna be, you gonna tell me some bad news. I mean, not bad news. You tell me some good news. Whether you playing or not, big boy, he don't never talk about nothing good. You tell me something good. I ain't got nothing good to tell you about. I'm alive or what have you. I got all my senses, you know, the usual stuff that I'm grateful for. But that ain't got nothing to do with the world. Me being able to see, hear, talk, walk, and sound mind, that's God. That ain't got nothing to do with the world. What I see in the world, I don't see nothing good. I ain't saying I ain't got nothing good going for me. If you can see, if you can hear, you can walk. Maybe you can't walk, but you can see and can hear. If you're alive, you got something good going on. But that don't mean what's going on around you is good. So when I tell y'all a bunch of bad news, whatever, that's not me. As you can see, I got something to be grateful for. I can talk, I can hear, I can walk. I'm driving the truck, I'm working. I got something to be grateful for. But when I'm telling you about what's bad, I'm talking about the world. What's going on around me that ain't got nothing to do with me. Ain't got nothing to do with what you got going on. Yes, you.
Okay, now what about that's what I'm saying. Me and you, that's what I'm saying, man. A person like me and you might not agree on a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? Because of that book that they got, man. You know, me and you might not agree on a lot of things because of that book. Because of that book, you know what I'm saying? Because of, you know, like the book say, you know what I'm saying? The book say a lot of things, you know, like we in the world, but we not of the world. See, that's that kind of stuff, you know what I'm saying, man? That's war, you know what I'm saying? I'm not praying for the world. I'm just praying for those whom you gave me. That sounds selfish, don't it? You know what I'm saying? That sounds selfish, don't it? That's what I said when I heard it, when I read it in the Bible. I'm not praying for the world. I'm just praying for those that you gave me. You know what I'm saying? That's Jesus there. That's everybody in the whole world, dead and alive, together. The word of God saying, I'm not praying for the world. I'm just praying for those that you gave me. You know what I'm saying? Now, you know and I know God didn't intend to really send Jesus to be murdered or killed or stole from or destroyed. And he didn't send the word as education, knowledge, and all that there to be added to and subtracted from and killed, stole, and destroyed. He didn't intend on his Holy Spirit and his Holy Ghost, God's Ghost, to be sold by preachers or religious leaders. You know what I'm saying? He didn't expect a government to get a president sent by God to run the country, to be killed by mankind for their own selfish needs and desires and wants and stuff like that. Now, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but being whoever you want to be can't be. You know, you gotta be in the world, of the world, or in the world, not of the world. You either God being whatever your name is, or you being whatever your name is. It can't be something else, devil, Satan, all that being you, and then you know what I'm saying, you acting like artificial intelligence, like God is talking through you, because God the one that has you breathe and the thoughts you think and everything else, not of the same thing, but we close to it. You know what I'm saying? I would turn it right now because I don't want to hear no bad news.
You can see, yes, you can hear. Yes, you woke up this morning.
Here's what a whole home water filtration system costs, including installation. Tap below to check pricing. Affordable water filtration systems from the makers of Leaf Filter. These low maintenance systems.
You live in an apartment or got a nice house, why would you need that commercial?
But for most of us,
why would
we're
that
gonna have to be
business
okay with that.
need a commercial on the
That's
internet?
the only good you're gonna get in this world. So with that being said, I've been noticing something about myself lately.
Why would you not trust your water
system? It's been going on for a minute, but it just came to my attention and made me really recognize something ain't right here with me. I am letting, I've allowed, or whatever done happened, whether it forced itself on me or I allowed it. But the stuff that we're dealing with in this world, the stress, the problem, the issues, I got pretty much the same issues y'all got with the economy, and I don't want to be at war. I don't want the world to come to an end. I don't want all this where you can't afford your bills. I don't want to see all these homeless people. Even if I ain't homeless, I don't want you homeless. And after a while of dealing with this type of stuff every day, it'll weigh up on you. It'll pile up on you, and it'll hit you before you even know. You won't even notice the negative effects it's having on you until it gets bad. So I'm noticing some negative effects this life is having on me now. And I'm gonna tell y'all about it, and maybe some of y'all can relate, and you may be dealing with the same thing. Y'all know I love to blow me a back out. I love me some sloppy toppy from a woman. I don't go the other way. I ain't got nothing against nobody that do go the way. Strictly women. I love to blow me a back out. I love that back crack. I love me some sloppy toppy. With all the noises and sound effects and the slurping and the, woo! I love it. But I noticed something lately. I don't remember the last time I can actually say I wanted it.
What can disqualify you from
That's what I'm saying. I feel the same way you feel, Big Ward. I'm gonna tell you, Big Ward, this is my problem. This is my problem, you know what I'm saying? This is my problem, Big Ward, you know what I'm saying? I'm not at home for one, you know what I'm saying? You know, to me, you know what I'm saying, I feel like an alien, you know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying, I'm a normal human, I'm a normal human being. That's why it's human being, because it's heaven and earth together. Hue, that's how you say like beautiful, that's heaven and earth together. Like beautiful, that's heaven and earth together, beauty. And that's, like I say, heaven and earth together is whatever I just said it was, man. Whatever I just said it was. Shit, Newman, human, cause who man being is who God is. You know what I'm saying? That's just all I could say. Who man being is heaven and earth being
And
God.
that ain't good. I can't remember the last time I wanted to blow it back out.
You know, I could remember the last time that I wanted to blow it back out, but I didn't blow it back out. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really blow it back out. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, I could remember the last time I wanted a woman. Yeah, it's easy. But then, man, to want a woman, you know what I'm saying, to have a relationship with a woman, man, to have sex with a woman, for me these days, you know what I'm saying, it's got to be a relationship, because I got kids and I got grandkids, you know what I'm saying, that I want to be a part of their life. So if a woman get in my life for me to have sex with, she got to be in my life to meet my kids and my grandkids, because I got to be in their life. You know what I'm saying? That ain't an option. You know what I'm saying? God not being in his kids and grandkids' life, coming out and just being in everybody else in the world life, and not his own kids and grandkids. That's why I don't know why people hate God and feel selfish about God and the children of God having stuff, or not want us to have abundant stuff, instead of, knocking us down to minimum wage and, the minimum requirements, of having, money, then how much disability gonna pay you, then how much they think, paying $1,300 a month rent, and then not having a car. You can't really get a car, on credit when you on disability, Social Security, you know what I'm saying? Don't really look right on the credit, and don't really look right, you know what I'm saying, with the government. You know what I'm saying? My best friend even told me, you know what I'm saying, they don't even like you to save money when you on disability or retirement or welfare or something like that. They don't even like you to save money. So, me being God, a grandfather, and, a father that, that used to make $3,000-$4,000 a week. That's why I know that's the real pay that people need to be making, instead of them 1950 for $300 and $400 a week. You know what I'm saying? Not saving shit, not having shit. You know what I'm saying? All that. We need to be making $35, $45 a week. Period. Just basic housing allowance for everybody, you know what I'm saying? And just let whoever get money from the car industry, the food industry, the clothing industry, and all that, whatever family that fall to, let it be, suffer it to be so. But God giving the money is really free. You know, because God gives and don't expect no money in return. He don't care. He don't want the money back. And he got so much in his heart and in his soul and his spirit. 8 billion people. If I did taxes and didn't lie and told the truth, I would have 8 billion dependents. And if I got $3,500 per dependent, you know what I'm saying, on 8 billion people, if I'm not rich, I'll be a stupid fool. So if and them people deserve that kind of goddamn money, you don't have to pay block to block in no goddamn plant to run no plant. You don't have to pay money to the other block for that shit or this and that there. And you don't have to pay the employees. God's job is to pay the employees. God is who man being, you know what I'm saying, not goddamn nothing else. We ain't snakes and we ain't got no title of nothing that's cursed higher than no goddamn beast. And it's crazy.
I don't remember the last time
shit.
I actually wanted me some sloppy toppy. I've gotten to a point, and ain't nothing wrong with me. Everything still works. I wake up, I'm like a 18. Y'all, I wake up in the morning, so the physical part is there. It's the mental. I don't want it.
I know, because the love, man, if you don't love something, if some man, if you ain't in love with it,
ain't got nothing to do with my age, hormones.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I know it's love, dog. Shit, man, the craving ain't there, the love ain't there, the wanting, the desire ain't there. You know, we all in the same place. We really don't even want to meet friends. You know what I'm saying? It's really scared to know what's on the mind of other people, man, because we don't know what's going on out there. You know what I'm saying? We really don't know. All we doing now, you know, is listening to each other. You know what I'm saying? On these cell phones and this internet and this Wi-Fi. You know, God put us all in the net like the fish. You know what I'm saying? And we learn and go through whatever therapy you want to go. Chemotherapy is on this chemotherapy here. This gathering all the cancer together. You know what I'm saying? So if you doing a lot of talking in your house and people start coming to your house, you know why. You know what I'm saying? You'll know why. Because you being heard, you know what I'm saying? But like I say, you know what I'm saying? You ain't supposed to be like cinnamon and sugar. You ain't supposed to be that close to your enemy.
I go to the doctor on a regular basis. My hormones good, my testosterone good, my health good.
I think one thing it is, man, is I ain't trying to go behind no other man, and I think every woman got a man. I think every woman got a man. I ain't trying to go behind no man. I ain't trying to call no woman no HO or nothing like that. I don't, because I think every woman, I think right now, you know, it should be, you know, right now at this point, it should be what for what. It should be a woman per man. At this time, every woman and every man should be together. If they've been together, they should be together. You know, everybody should have who they wanna in their life with right now. You know what I'm saying? At this point, I would be with people who I want to end my life with. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be somewhere else like I am now if I was, you know, a regular person. But being God and God being me, it set me apart. I'm picked out to be picked on. And I don't know if you feel the same way. You shouldn't feel this much like I do, because this is my road, my path. Your path, your road, different from mine.
Still works. So that ain't the issue. I'm trying to get. I'm good.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
up here.
I know. Cause man, we didn't shit. I ain't trying to holler at no other man, gal, and I ain't trying to get in no other family right away. Man, I learned my lesson. Divorcing messed my life up. When you lose them set of friends with the first wife, then you lose them set of friends with the second wife, then you lose them set of friends and family members with the third wife. That's how, you know what I'm saying, I learned my lesson. You know what I'm saying? I learned my lesson. That's how I learned my lesson.
Could you use up to $800?
I ain't trying to, you know,
Find
man, I
it
ain't
at
trying to be
BuyABuy.
rich.
Up
I
to
ain't trying to
$800
be
is waiting for
wealthy. I
you.
ain't trying to gain the whole world's love. Man, shit.
This you guys could.
But I ain't thinking about no sex.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in
Never.
to this message.
You know what I'm saying? I do, yeah. But
Appreciate you guys so much.
to actually have a woman, meet a woman, talk to her, and
Let's see what's
introduce her
going
to
on.
my kids and grandkids, that's a long ways away from now. That ain't something like I
What's the
can,
message here?
you know, fix tomorrow.
All right.
Or want to fix
So
tomorrow.
we have sweet success. Okay. It says it is not difficult to get
I
everything.
don't know where it's in the Bible that God ain't supposed to be
Get what you
no
want.
single man.
Okay, so Spirit is saying get what you want, collective. You get whatever you want, okay? Whoever I'm talking to, you are spoiled, baby.
No,
I'm
I
getting
ain't
somebody that-
spoiled, Daddy.
Spoiled by God.
But then I tell you,
You get whatever you want.
You knew who you was, Adam,
Okay.
when you did that
I'm
first
getting this
two
energy
lives. Them first two lives.
You're getting
Adam.
ready
Them
to have
first two
everything
lives, Patrick. Them first
you want.
two
It's not
lives,
even,
Robert.
it's beyond what you need at
You
this
know what I'm
point.
saying? Craze, Uncle Pick,
It's like now you're getting ready to get everything you want.
Emerson, Imp,
Okay.
the Dimp,
But I'm
the
picking up
ladies
this energy
pimp,
like collective.
the
Whether
women
you
fight
you
for
been-
my delight, cause
what
I'm
you
the
want. It's like
grandmaster
you
of
been
the
having
three
it your way.
MCs that rock the house with the young lady.
Okay. Yes, like you
Come
been having it
inside
like
and
this.
to the front, you do the freak like
Okay,
you
so I'm
do
getting
the
like
bump.
money
Then them
matters.
sucker MCs try to
In
prove a
reverse.
point, but
All
I'm
your
here
financial
with my
problems
serious joint.
is
You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
The sun and
I feel like this is something that you've been wanting for a long time.
Come on,
Okay,
Pop.
you've been,
You know what I'm saying?
been wanting to. I'm also
Imp
getting
the
to the
Dimp,
debt
the
is to
ladies
get cleared
pimp.
up.
Yep, you know I'm your dad.
All right, I feel like all of your debts is
Leandrew,
going
my
to be
son,
paid.
man.
You're
But
gonna have
then you my
all the
grandson. But
money
in
for your
that life,
bills.
at first life, when I was
You're
Evil
gonna also
Knievel and Crazy
be able to like
and Uncle Pet,
splurge.
you was
Okay,
my
I'm getting
son,
like
Emerson. You was
splurging.
just like
Somebody
Chris
is about to go on
Ward's
a shopping
son,
spree,
you know,
or somebody
followed
just
me around, did what I did. Rich
you're about to
James was
splurge
my
on the things that
son.
you want.
Robert
Okay?
James Craze Jr. was
You
my
about to get
son.
what you want.
That's why I know
And I
these
feel like
little
the main
kids
thing
next
that you've
door that sound just
been
like
really
Craze kids.
is
You know what I'm saying? Like a
financial
motorcycle. You know what I'm saying? We sound like
Okay, so that you
motorcycles
can do
when
what you wanna do.
like
Alright, so
Farrakhan,
let's
his
get-
voice, like Pop,
Tell me more
Muhammad
about
Ali,
this.
his voice. They carry, you know what I'm saying? Like
Tell me more about this.
the
message.
eyes, the brown in the eyes
Okay, yeah, we have
blend in with the
flexibility.
white and make yellow.
Okay,
Like
Okay.
gold.
so I feel like
That's
this
the
is the reason
Casey
why you're
eyes.
getting what you
You know what
want.
I'm saying? Casey just got that Casey because
Because
her mama
you are
wanted
able
a
to
K
be
instead of a
flexible.
C. And
I feel like
it was
you're not
Casey's
just
last
sticking to one way
name,
of doing
the
things.
family.
I feel
that we
like
was
you're
kin
constantly
in.
changing, you're
And
constantly
yes,
switching
kin
things up.
in. Me and my wife was kin.
Okay,
Good time, yeah,
It
see,
says-
that's what I'm saying. See, I'm
That's
saying to
slowly
one,
rising
yes,
to versatility.
yes, ma'am. Sister,
And it
yes,
said
ma'am, yes, ma'am.
it's compromise.
Cousin, no,
Okay,
ma'am.
so I
Sister,
feel like-
yes, ma'am. Mama dear, yes, ma'am. Her daughter,
I feel
yes,
like
ma'am.
this is the energy of,
Big mama too. So,
it's like when things,
Ida Mae was
it's like you know
a sister before
how to
she
adapt,
was
all right?
a
Let's just say life throws
mother-in-law.
something at you, right?
Neil
Let's
was
just
a
say life throw you a curveball.
brother-in-law before he was a father-in-law.
It's like You
And
find a
Papa
way.
Enoch
Okay.
was her
This
daddy
is like finding
instead
a
of
way
a
out of no way.
grandfather.
And this is the reason
to
why
this
you're
nigga. When he was
getting ready
evil
to
Knievel. Don't
get
want
what
me to
you
go
want.
back there because I spell
Because
it
I'm getting
different and
this
get on another
energy
goddamn
like
boost
you're not
and
going to
fuck
just stick
y'all up.
to, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
like no
Don't
matter
even
what
do it. Don't even
happens,
do it. Because when I
you're
get
going
on
to
it,
be able
man,
to
I
find
do
your
it
way
every
out of
day,
it.
man. And then, you know,
Something could have
friends
already
come out there and
happened to
start
you,
fucking
and
with
you
me,
were able
man. I do
to
it every day, man. And they start
be
fucking with me.
flexible.
We'll
You were
do it
able
every
to
day. And the
adapt
police,
with
I
the
just tell them, man.
situation, change with the
I got
situation.
somebody at the end over
Okay?
there, and I got somebody at the end over
And
here.
again,
Where
we have
you
money
where
matters
you coming
in
to
reverse.
sneak in here?
And
At?
this
You know
is
what I'm saying?
why
So I'm legal to
you're
have
no
races.
longer going to have like
Long as
some sort of
we
financial
say.
problems. Okay, so I'm getting some sort of
Long we got
financial
it blocked off and got a
issue
stop
is about
sign
to
at the
come
end
to
of
an
both
end.
ends.
Okay?
And where we parked at,
A financial
we
issue
can't
is coming to an end.
be on the raceway, parked on side of the road.
Okay,
That's
I'm
how I
telling
died another life.
You're not going to
As
have to worry about
Craig's
money
best
no
friend.
more after this.
Pick.
Yeah.
She don't even say nothing.
You're
Don't even say
also going to
nothing.
have a lot of
I ain't
choices.
say
Okay?
nothing. I ain't
Some of you
getting
guys
back
will be
on
thinking
no
about
bike with my left hand
investing in
like
certain
left arm
things
this.
like
Now, I have to do some serious working out before I
stocks
get on
and
no
bonds
bike.
and stuff like that.
Marvin told me I was
You're gonna have a lot of money
crazy.
to do it. Okay? You will have the money to do
I
this.
ain't crazy. I'm crazy. Just say Uncle
So let's
Crazy.
clarify this energy.
Uncle Pet. Uncle Crazy. Evil Knievel.
You will have what you want.
Grandkid. See, the black one, not the
Yeah.
white one. Not Jared. But that's how Jared became my
Okay, so we
daddy
have
in the
distant
book.
horizons.
Because that was my best friend in the world. He was a white
Okay?
dude. And they put him in the Bible as my
I don't know
dad.
why I'm hearing something about the imagination.
But they spelled it like a son.
Imagination.
You know what I'm saying? When I was sitting in
Okay,
his
somebody, it was only a part of somebody's imagination that
to
if they
keep
threw a
everybody's
curveball
name in the book the right
at
way.
you,
Man.
that you wouldn't know how to catch it. Okay, it's like baseball. It's like somebody thought that if they pulled this move on you, then you wouldn't be able to like stand your ground or something. Like you wouldn't be able to handle it. Somebody had you messed up. I'm telling you. Because whatever happens to you, you were still able to like find your footing. Okay, you were still able to make a way out of no way. And that's what I keep hearing.
You know, it's like Adam, man. Adam. Do you really realize what Adam, what a nuclear atom is? Nuclear atom. You know what I'm saying? Think of the mind of a nuclear atom. Think of a mind of a nuclear atom. Don't think of the bomb blowing up. Think of the mind of, now you think of the bomb blowing up, that's the farting of the Holy Ghost, Pop's ghost, farting. You know what I'm saying? That's the explosion in the middle of the water, ocean of a nuclear warhead. You know what I'm saying? And then the wave that's gonna hit after that is probably about 45 to 90 miles high. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody thought that you were not going to have no way out of a situation. Somebody thought that if they kind of mess things up for you, shake things up, that you would just be trapped and stuck. But you're not. Okay? You were very flexible, or you're being very flexible in
You know, yeah. They found the spill on that. Go on.
Hey fam, I hope y'all are doing well wherever you are in this crazy, crazy world. Thank y'all so much for y'all's love and support. I greatly do appreciate each and every one of you guys. Fam, let's go ahead and get into this because Spirit says somebody is throwing trash around your home. Now, I don't really know if somebody is literally taking garbage and just throwing that shit around your home, like the perimeter of your home or something, or if this is someone like speaking ill or negative over you, or if it's somebody out here with some kitchen magic shit and they out here with a Harry Potter wand and pointing it at your front door, fam. I don't know, but let's go ahead and get into this. Take what resonates. If it resonates, of course, leave the rest. Messages are always timeless. So whenever you do come across this message, fam, that's exactly what Spirit has it for you. Somebody's name is Shauna or Shamika or something like that. I hear Lateria.
It's just like weaning a baby off of milk, Adam. When you born again, like Uncle Peck, you know what I'm saying? He could have stayed living when Champ was born, you know what I'm saying? Uncle Peck could have stayed living, you know what I'm saying? Uncle Peck could have stayed living, he was 66, you know what I'm saying? When he died, you know what I'm saying? And then, 1 year later, Champ was born. But he could have stayed, you know what I'm saying? But then, it blended in. It's like I think of it like weaning a baby off his milk. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at now. You know what I'm saying? Like 30 years later, though, you know what I'm saying? Because I was supposed to, 28 years ago, I was supposed to, 30 years ago, 28 first and then second was 30 years ago. So, you know what I'm saying? Everything after that don't count. Everything after that don't count. You know what I'm saying? So, shit, I'm still on my 33 years. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to go back and count it. Don't want to know the date of that. It's square root. You know what I'm saying? Square root of 5, 2.236. That's just two families. Two families, man, per goddamn city. You know what I'm saying?
Tamaya or Tamia. Someone's name could be Craig or either Kragen. But I also just heard release the Kraken. I don't even know what the hell that means. But let's go ahead and get into this. Holy Spirit. Yeah, somebody, Aries, Taurus, Libra. Look at that, the 5 of Cups. Leo, the Strand, Luxury. 5 of Cups. Oh, okay, I see. Oh, okay. Bitches be crazy, bro. Holy Spirit. Yeah, we got the 9 of Swords right here. Oh, okay. So, fam, very specific. This is if you have children right here. Now, the whole message ain't going to be about this, but I just got this. So, it's somebody right here, fam. I don't know what they're trying to do. It sounds weird as hell because I guess they think if they trash the outside of your home, then the inside will reflect whatever the hell it is they doing out there. Somebody's trying to make your home really, really messy so they can call CPS, and it has something to do with, the children or something like that. Child, let's keep going. Look at that. Look how messy that is. Y'all see how messy that is? So yeah, I'm telling you, somebody feel like if they trash the outside of your home, then the energy on the inside will reflect. Yeah. Child, this is so crazy. Yeah, the universe is right here. So this is somebody else that the universe right here is sending your way so they can catch their karma, fam. So here we go. Another one bites the motherfucking dust, fam. Here we go. Lord have mercy. Yeah, we got the 7 of Cups and then we got the Hangman right here. How many times do I gotta tell people the energy that they send towards y'all or they think they send it towards y'all? It gets sent right back. Look at that. And you ain't even gotta lift a finger. Most High done sent this shit back themselves. It's sitting right there with this person. So somebody right here, they ain't washed the dishes, they ain't swept the floor, they ain't did the laundry or nothing, but they over there trying to trash your home. If this is somebody speaking on you, child, they need to sweep around their own front door before they ever come over there and try to sweep around yours. Yeah. Cause somebody right here, they need to go clean out that fucking tub. It's nasty.
Everybody got a lot of different things they talking about.
Hello, my divine kings and queens. I'm back to do another video. In today's message, what we're going to be going over is God is saying that you're about to have your Cinderella moment. Now, I know that a lot of you guys have been hearing this and it's been floating around, but the thing is how I'm about to break this down. This is not gender specific. For my men, you guys are about to have your moment to shine, and for my women, you already know you take the message how it applies. That
now wait a minute. How you doing? Let me introduce myself. How you doing, Victoria? I'm on 41 minutes. You know what I'm saying? 4101. How you doing, Victoria Cooper? You know what I'm saying? TV. You know what I'm saying? How you doing? This Adam, you know what I'm saying? Adam, you know what I'm saying? You ain't never heard nobody name nothing or will name nothing, subtract am or minus am, you know what I'm saying? Or delete am, you know what I'm saying? And that's what they did, you know what I'm saying? Deleted Adam and Eve, you know, and there wasn't no records really on Adam and Eve, you know what I'm saying? Nobody ever had records that Adam and Eve lived, you know, with birth certificate and, you know, social security numbers and all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? There was no proof that Adam and Eve was really mama and daddy, you know what I'm saying? Because God took a rib from Adam and made God a woman. God made he woman and took the woman to the wife. So the woman walked to the wife with the mind of God. But then Adam was still Adam when he woke up, and Eve was like that, clothed with the sun like Adam, because God had put his word in Eve. She knew the word just like Adam. She know love just like Adam. The woman is God, being God just like Adam. Being, it just say, who man? Because it's a question mark after that. You know what I'm saying? Not human. Heaven and earth mixed together, done properly, you know, and completed, fulfilled, with all the laws and commandments fulfilled and obeyed, and God is accepted, you know what I'm saying, which is the word of God, accepted, and that's EXCEPTED. Because accepted, you can accept anything you want. That's why it's an A. But then accepted, you know, you can't. You know what I'm saying? Accepted it means accept only. only. So add am can't be subtracted from minus or deleted. You know what I'm saying? The woman got all that love and all that knowledge and wisdom as the man. She just right now messed up like the man messed up, because I messed up so early in life. When I got that first divorce, I went with what, 24, 25, first divorce. And then 27, whatever that was, 31, whatever that was, 35. It was 7, 7, and then another 7. You know what I'm saying? But that ended up being a few, like 18 or something like that with that last woman. But then, who can? You know what I'm saying? But like I say, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody know we was gods, man. And we didn't know, man. I had no idea, that I would be able to say in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. And the Word was made flesh and dwelled among us. And nothing was made that was made without the Word. You know what I'm saying? And the beginning of life and the ending, which is death, is in the power of the tongue, which is communication. You know what I'm saying? And the house of the Lord can't be a den of thieves or a body of Satan. You know what I'm saying? We can't be being nothing else except God. So God can be all in all. You know what I'm saying?
That you all are about to have your Cinderella moment. Now, we take time to reflect what happened in that movie. We know that Cinderella was the underdog. We know that she was betrayed and that she pretty much was a slave to a toxic home environment, right? And we know that she had to deal with this at the hands of her evil stepmother and then the stepsisters, right? So when we look at how Cinderella was treated, and we look at how she was able to connect to nature and connect to the animals took a liking to Cinderella because of her spirit. Cinderella was pure at heart. Do you understand what I'm saying? That even though everything that she went through, and how the evil stepmother even tried to break her spirit to try to make it seem like the stepsisters was better than her, when in all actuality, Cinderella was, they weren't on Cinderella's level. They couldn't even scratch the surface, right? Cinderella was prettier, she was smarter, but she was humble.
See, that's the problem right there, man. We can get down to a story like that. That's the problem right there. That's why we hate it. That's why we hate it right there. I'm not trying to tell you that it's wrong to tell that story. You know what I'm saying? Or say it like that. But that's why we hate it. You know what I'm saying? Because we got Cinderella stories. You know what I'm saying? But them evil stepmothers or ex-wives, aunties, uncles, sisters, brothers. You know what I'm saying? And they of a church that we all respected and loved so much because of them good laws that God gave us that they tried to take out. You can't, you think about it, you know what I'm saying? They was taking the law out. They did. Therefore, there is no condemnation for those who are in Christ Jesus. You know what I'm saying? In his stripes we are healed. With his stripes we are healed. And you know God didn't really send Jesus, intended for that to happen. You know what I'm saying? So that's like a voided case. So we can't really make no money off that lie no more. You know what I'm saying? God forgive me for telling the truth, because I feel like a snitch or a rat for telling that against preachers, even though they're against me. But God can't be being God if he keep lying and being God in them too.
Do you understand what I'm saying? So she had to endure this hatred and this anger that they had for her. And she was so loving. I mean, a person like that, growing up as a kid, you just like, oh, Cinderella, Cinderella. But when you actually take the time to try to understand, you're like, why was she treated like that? Why did she have to go through that? She didn't hate nobody. She didn't mean
no. She didn't deserve it at all. It's just like Jesus, just like this. Let me go there. Let me go there, Daddy. Let me go there. Let me go there, because we going to go there today. We going to go there. You know what I'm saying? Who have believed our report? To whom is the arm of the Lord? Can you see my arm, y'all? Can you see my arm? This is God's arm. You know what I'm saying? I'm being God right now. Just like God being you right now. Breathing for you and how you breathe. Who have believed our report? To whom the arm of the Lord revealed? For he shall grow up before him as a tender plant, and as a root out of dry ground. You know, like I say, the tree, you know what I'm saying? The tree ain't got nothing but roots, and completed trees got bark. So the roots are what we consider white man. You know what I'm saying? But that's new growth, meaning new growth though. New growth. It ain't white. You know what I'm saying? It's tan. That's why Satan is Satan, and dirt is dirt. That's hell. You know what I'm saying? Heal, heal, hell, heal. Earth, heaven. Who, man, human, like beautiful. You know, all same thing. But God really, in the bark of the tree is golden brown, not a black man, because black is the paper we write on, and the screen we look at written in black and white. That's the only thing that let me go forward. For he have no form nor comeliness. You know what I'm saying? He really just ABC's alphabetical letterman. Martian. You know what I'm saying? My Martian. That's one of my sons. His daddy was my son before he became my son. And when we shall see him, there is no beauty that we should desire him. He is despised and rejected of men, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief. We hid as if it was our faces from him, as if they was wearing a mask. He was despised, and we esteemed him not. Surely he hath borne our griefs and carried our sorrows, yet we did esteem him stricken, smitten of God. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because everybody was saying they was gods doing it. You know what I'm saying? In the name of God doing it. You know what I'm saying? But then, that's what I'm saying. See, it's gonna mess up. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. See how they did that daddy West said, you that's what I'm saying. Smitten of God, where I left out. Smitten of God. That's, God ain't smite Jesus, man. But the man that wrote this had to write it like that because mankind was lied to and Adam and Eve were lied about and didn't know that they were really God doing it. So we really didn't know. So ignorance was a real word, but you couldn't define it with the definition because it's ignoring God. Ignorance is ignoring God, but the dictionary used to try to give you an explanation of ignorance. And they used to try to say that it meant, I didn't know. But it ain't no way you can say, I didn't know. If you was God, you know everything. And everybody was God. So that is a correct sentence. But God don't have the heart to take an innocent man's life. You know what I'm saying? And afflict an innocent man. And wound him for man's transgressions, or bruise him for their iniquity. He would do it because they are transgressors, or because they are full of iniquities. If they were doing it as an enemy of God, you know what I'm saying? That's the only way. You know what I'm saying? Like sheep have gone astray. We have turned everyone to his own way, and the Lord have laid upon him the iniquity of us all. He was oppressed, and that meant they kept money from him, stole his money, garnished his wages, kept him on minimum wage and all that. And he was afflicted, yet he opened not his mouth, like T.D. Jakes got theology of quietness, you know what I'm saying? And he bragged on Jesus not saying nothing when he was judged. He is brought as a lamb to slaughter. And that's what the gospel is about, right here. And as the sheep, before her shearer is dumb, so he opened not his mouth. He was taken from prison to judgment. And who shall declare his generation? For he was cut off the land of the living. For the transgression of my people he was stricken. And he made his grave with the wicked and with the rich in his death, because he had done no violence, neither was any deceit in his mouth. Yet it pleased the Lord to bruise him. See, that's another lie, because God ain't take no pleasure in hurting nobody, whether they was good or bad. It didn't please the Lord to bruise him. It didn't please God. When you whoop your child, you really don't want to whoop your child. You know what I'm saying? Some people do, but then, you know what I'm saying, you really, need to, but sometimes you need to, but then, like I say, you spare the rod, you spoil the child, but in this case, it ain't like that. God ain't gonna kill nobody to, make them mine, or make them love him. He shall see the travail of his soul, and I'm looking at it now, and shall be satisfied. I'm satisfied. I ain't mad. I ain't jealous, and I don't want revenge, and don't want no money back. Knowledge shall my righteous servant justify many, for he shall bear their iniquities. I understand y'all's needs and wants and desires. Therefore I will divide him a portion with the great, and he shall divide the spoil, which is the money, with the strong. who are out there doing the work, because he had poured out his soul to death, and he was numbered with the transgressors, and bear the sin of many, judging and accusing against him and the children of God, and made intercession for the transgressors between God and man by saying, God, forgive us gods, for not knowing and not being taught, you know what I'm saying? And we perish for lack of knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, God, for sending us the word of God and the love of your laws. If your laws didn't love us and love God, we wouldn't be where we at. So, you know what I'm saying? Let God love God, and that's you being God's.
Like reflecting
love.
that,
Just say you love the next breath, man, and the ghost that's breathing for you.
You were kind of closed off yourself with the perspective in the reverse. You weren't seeing things or assessing a situation the right way here, okay? Yeah, mistake is at the bottom, and then you got victory. Okay. So Larimar, be yourself. Interesting. Okay. That was unexpected for somebody, apparently. Okay. I feel like someone didn't take you seriously here. Okay, there's a secret here, and then you have judgment. Okay. And then we have fortune. This could be concerning some fortune. Chance is the first step you take. Luck is what comes afterward here. Yeah, someone underestimated you is what I'm getting. Okay. And then you got judgment coming up sideways here. Someone was not assessing a past situation here correctly. Okay. They were closed off, closed-minded here, or perspective in the reverse here. This could be somebody who's very fixed. Maybe they have a fixed mindset here. They could be a fixed sign here, but no. And let's see what's going on here with this secret, okay? Somebody could be keeping a secret. Like, what is this? Interesting. All right, you guys, let's dive in, because again, that pearls before swine, like somebody wasn't listening, okay? They felt like, it's not so much you didn't know what you were talking about. Maybe it wasn't relevant to them, okay? What is going on? Yeah, judgment came up sideways here. Interesting. Okay. Let's see what this is about, you guys. My nose is itching. Okay. A secret. If you want to keep a secret, you must also hide it from yourself. Okay. So maybe there was a need for someone here to change their thinking.
You're right, because I think out loud, you know what I'm saying? If you want to keep a secret, you got to keep it to yourself, you got to keep it from yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's a real proven point for all of us dead people that's been, you know what I'm saying, dead for all these years, you know what I'm saying? Shit. From first Adam all the way to now, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? People no longer expect you to be nice. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like a daughter and son. I mean, a daughter and daddy, or a son and daddy relationship for real with God. You know what I'm saying? God forgives, you know what I'm saying? And, people no longer expect you to be nice. You know what I'm saying? That ain't some God. Now, I ain't gotta be around you and be calling you and be nice to you, to love you and want to talk to you all the time, you know what I'm saying? But, sometimes you ain't in position, family-wise, to be in situations like that with the world as close to one another as y'all are. Y'all think y'all one phone call away. You know what I'm saying? But you're not, you know what I'm saying? But you are so many years apart, man. Y'all wouldn't believe it, you know what I'm saying? We making movies now.
If it is invalid, we promise a tenfold refund. This
everybody's life.
denture can be successfully worn in just 1 second and is suitable for
refinery. That's what we is.
Right? And GPS. There's some people who did not know how to navigate your verbal fire. And there's some people who really felt like you guys were off and on again, hot and cold, detached, ghosted, coming out here next to Queen B, secure, confident, boss is coming out here. So people can see that you obviously.
But then, now I feel like, you know what I'm saying, if the church and the God and the children of God ain't getting along, how can the church get along? If God and the children of God is fighting against each other, then the parents of God and the children of God gonna be fighting against each other, you know what I'm saying? So what, are you not expecting the parents to love their children from now on? No, man, we can't live like that. But y'all forcing us to be away from each other right now. You know what I'm saying? Because of the devil and Satan and the snake. You know what I'm saying? And y'all got church wars going on right now. Calling it government wars. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? How can we ever get anything going with organized criminals and crime? You know what I'm saying?
Don't speak from a place or live from a place where you need anybody's validation. You guys might speak from emotion, or you speak from inspiration, or you speak from the well of your own thoughts. There's other people who realize that you cannot navigate like they navigate in their brain here. A lot of you guys don't think about what people might want to hear. You think about how you feel. You think about what's good for you. You don't think in the same way these people do, where their thoughts are very calculated. And it's scary because you got people realizing that the thoughts in their head are not their thoughts. You've been realized that, and you're like, these thoughts are my thoughts. These thoughts belong to someone else. These people almost accept other people's thoughts as their thoughts. People are also realizing that they have a high amount of telepathy, but you may or may not. You have selective telepathy, basically. You got people think that you are highly psychic and you have a lot of telepathy because you're able to explain people really well from experience, but you don't necessarily read the room. The room reads you more than you could ever read the room, because your temperature, your brain frequency is so
That's when you got your
high,
hand.
if you
This
understand
hand
what I
messed up.
mean. You guys fight off the
With
thoughts
that
of other
stroke,
people so
you know what I'm
much to
saying?
where
So that
in
was
your
my
head
stroke.
it's mostly
Not
just
yours.
your own
You know what I'm saying?
original thoughts, your
Like
own
champ, you know, having
original
one and not
emotions,
me.
your own original experiences here. Some of you guys can turn your telepathy on, but then you get mad at having to turn your telepathy on and you force people to say what they need to say here. These people are and it's crazy because some of these people could have tried to put psychic attacks on you, and those psychic